Hey guys, I am at Universal Studios Hollywood. Today is Monday, August 19th. And I'm here because I just finished doing something very special. It is, what time is it? It's 5:54 p.m. And I just finished doing something really cool that I'm gonna talk to you guys about. But check out this construction wall for Fast and Furious. I love the nostalgia of seeing Happy Halloween because you don't see Happy Halloween at theme parks. But yeah, this is just an example of what's to come here for Monstrous Luchadores. That's gonna be located on this side. But let's get this video started. Let me show you guys what I just did. Hey guys, it's Judy. Welcome back to my channel. Like I said, I am at Universal Studios Hollywood, and I want to start off this video by thanking Universal Studios for inviting me out for the second time. So last year we did a behind the scenes tour with Murdy, Monstrous, and then it was Evil Dead Rise, and Universal invited me out today to do it again this year. And I'm just smiling because it was just so much fun. So I just walked out of doing a behind the scenes tour, lights on. We just did a tour of Monstrous 2. Incredible. I mean, I don't even know what to say. And then we did A Quiet Place, and let me just tell you that A Quiet Place blew my mind. And I'm going to let you guys know something. So I was already ranking the mazes in my head, like my number 1, 2, 3. I think there's 8 mazes, and A Quiet Place was maybe number 7. So I wasn't really looking forward to it because I'm just like, what are they gonna do with this movie, right? It's a quiet movie. It's in the title, and I'm impressed, and I can't wait for everybody to see this house. It blew my mind, and now it went from 7 to 8 to like 1, 2, and top 3. So another thing that I want to add is that today is Monday, August 19th, and we cannot talk about this on social media just yet. So we have to wait until I think Tuesday the 27th or the 28th of next week. So I have to wait a full week to be able to discuss and show pictures and maybe even provide audio from my tour with Murdy today. So if you're watching this video, you're watching it a week late because I had to wait, because we were told to wait, because we have to, I guess Hollywood has to wait with Orlando simultaneously in regards to releasing like content or spoilers, but not really spoilers. So I guess that's how it works. We have to wait with Orlando. So if you're watching this video, it's a week later, and I'm barely able to post it, and I'm allowed to talk about it now. So I'm gonna have to wait this whole week for you guys to see these pictures on my social media. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna post tons of pictures there, but I'm gonna include everything on the video here. Okay, so before I head out today, it's almost 6 p.m. I want to show you guys on my phone some of the pictures that I took from today, and then when I get home, I'm gonna edit them and add them to a slide here. And I actually brought a recorder. Let me show you guys. Let me take it out of my pocket. So I have this recorder that we were able to record John today talking about both houses. I used this last year. I never uploaded that the audio for Monstrous and Evil Dead Rise. I might have to do a separate video because I don't want to lose that information from last year. So I might do a separate video if anybody's interested to watch that. But I do have his audio describing the maze and talking about the details, how everything came about, the storylines, and especially with houses like Monstrous, where he goes in a lot of detail, because those are original houses. It's not like a movie where you kind of know the storyline, so you expect the guests to know the movies, right? Like A Quiet Place, everybody has seen A Quiet Place, so you're already going into a house knowing what the storyline is. But when it comes to original houses, people don't know, so you're just kind of basing it off of what you see, kind of connecting the dots. And I have everything here for Monstrous, and we did spend a good amount of time in Monstrous, and again, I'm going to be sharing all that here. But before I leave, I'm going to show you guys just some photos, and then when I get back home, I'll add them into this video with the audio. Hopefully you guys can hear him, and that's it. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm very thankful, and thankful to Universal Studios for inviting me out. I'm like the happiest girl right now, and it's just one of my favorite things to do here. And obviously we love Halloween here, and I love sharing all this content with you guys. So everybody can't do these things, and I'm very grateful for that. So I want to show my appreciation and show you guys, if you guys are coming, to have an idea. If you guys are from a different country, you guys can't make it, stuff like that. I want everybody to enjoy this. So thank you, Universal, for allowing me to these special, amazing events. I'm always very blessed and very grateful. So yeah, let me show you guys what I have, and then we'll make the official photos in the video later. But if you're watching this, again, this is a week later, and now I can talk about it. So if you guys have any questions, message me on Instagram or leave me a comment, and I'll get back to you guys soon. All right, you guys, so I'm just gonna go through these really quick. It might be a little difficult to see. I'm sitting here under shade just because it's really hot, but this was the beginning of our tour. So we started at Monstrous, and that's John right here. We're in front of the house. Just gonna skim through these. And this is us about to enter the house. Look at how gorgeous that is. This house is absolutely breathtaking from the outside. And he was saying here that this is in regards to Monstrous continuing from last year. So we're technically in the same cemetery. It's just this was like a different part of the cemetery. And he mentioned Guanajuato, Mexico. So if you guys are familiar with Mexico or Guanajuato, this is where he got the inspiration of. And he was telling us a story in regards to why he has these dolls on there. There was a girl that drowned, and that's how this came about. Because I guess the legends are that she was getting toys and dolls and hanging them in trees. So I need to look into that. I've never heard of that story, but he said it's all over the internet. So I'm kind of curious to see what that is. Again, we're still talking here. I'm going to include all the audio at the end of this video. Now this is like the first room. This is the first room when you walk in. Check out the details. And you don't get to see this because it's so dark and you walk by so fast. So to be able to take 30 to 40 minutes and see stuff like this as a Halloween fan, as a HHN fan, it's a blessing. Now this is one of the, let me see if I can get a better picture here. So I think El Charro has a dead horse, and this is the animatronic for it. I'm just trying to get a good picture. Here it is. Look at that. Oops. Look at that. How incredible is that? The details. Look at that. He looks like a real carcass of a horse. So we're gonna see that in Monstrous. That's El Charro. The bar. This is one of the rooms that has a bunch of gold. He sold his soul for the gold. And in this room here, it's really cool because this is all glow in the dark, all that orange. So when you walk through here, it's gonna look really awesome. Here's another one on the other side. Look at that. Oh, funny. They actually look really real this year. So this is El Cadejo. This is the second monster of this house. I was blown away with I mean, look at the saliva here at the bottom. Look at this. Look. He looks so real, and I love the red eyes. Look at that. Look at the teeth. Incredible. Like, this has to be one of my favorite monsters for this house. Honestly. That's amazing. So we're still walking through. Here's another puppet that somebody's gonna be standing behind, pushing the puppet up here. But look at those eyes. When this room is pitch black, it's gonna look incredible. Now we're gonna keep moving and moving, and then right here he was talking about the third monster for this house. This is gonna be El Cucuy section. El Cucuy in English means the boogeyman, and he has been wanting to do El Cucuy for so long. So this is one of the places where the Cucuy is gonna be coming out from. And then here was kind of very interesting. So right here we're outside in the courtyard again. You can see the buildings of the courtyard. But here there's a bag of like limbs. We got some legs, we got arms up here. So he was saying that El Cucuy is gonna be up here. And so when the guests are walking through here, you look up and you're just gonna see the Cucuy just staring at you from down there. And he said the lighting and everything, it's gonna just make it so good. And I think there's gonna be another Cucuy coming down from here. So I don't know if it's gonna be the same Cucuy, but there's gonna be a Cucuy walking from down here as well, scaring people. It's another angle with John Murdy. Here's a closer look at that bag of arms and legs. This is one of the houses right from like Guanajuato, Mexico, kind of inspiration. So you get like the ofrenda here and the living room. This is how, you know, houses normally look in Mexico. So you feel the vibe in this house for sure. And I like how they have, you know, the Virgin Mary. A lot of Hispanics and, you know, Mexicans are Catholic. So they do work with different departments to get the cultures right. They always want to be very respectful of that. So I remember for Monstrous too, when I did the maze, he also talked about that. I forgot what the department is called. It's called like DEA, diversity. I don't know if anybody's gonna know that, but there's like a diversity department that they work with, just to get all that information right. You know, they always want to respect cultures, like I said, especially here in LA, just because LA is very diverse but also very heavily Hispanic. So these mazes and these houses, everybody loves and appreciates, because it's stories that we've all heard when we were young kids. And he knows that. He said he grew up in LA. He's from Ireland, but he grew up in LA. So here's one of the rooms where, you know, the parents are telling their kids about Cucuy. So then, you know, if you don't behave, the Cucuy is gonna come out and get you from underneath the bed or the closet. So here's this kid freaking out, crying because he doesn't want to see El Cucuy. And this is his room, and the Cucuy grabbing all these kids. This is a very interesting piece that he went into detail. I'm gonna let the audio discuss that. But yeah, these are all from Monstrous. Very beautiful house. And then the final piece here for Monstrous 2 is the Cucuy. And look at this. I'm like, what? How is this even possible? If you guys did the Monstrous 1 maze last year, you guys probably saw La Lechuza at the end, that big animatronic, or like that puppet. This is kind of like the same thing. It is huge, you guys. And it's hard to tell here, and we wouldn't have noticed if he didn't tell us, but he actually has a kid in his mouth, like a kid's head in there. I think I have a photo of that, but this like took my breath away. Here's like a little bit more of a different angle. Here's me doing a selfie with him, and that's John Murdy. Here's John Murdy again. Incredible. I think this is where he lifts up the mouth. There it is. So he was lifting it up here because the head kind of falls more down, so it's hard to see. You probably won't see this when you're going through it, because it's when it's dark and fast. When you're walking through pretty fast, it's going to be impossible to see. So I'm happy I get to share this with you guys. But here's a picture of it, and then here's a close-up. Hopefully you guys can see it. But you see the kid's head right there. You see the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. And then you end the maze with La Muerte again. If you guys remember part one, or not part one, but Monstrous from last year, La Muerte is right before the exit and he's back again. But in this case, he used the bones and he spelled out death on the back. So that was kind of the end of the house. And then when you exit that house, you exit right into Luchadores Monstrosos scare zone. So he was talking about the ring here that he got. This is supposed to be a Yeti. And then they used the little leprechaun from Holidays in Hell. So that's going to be cool. So he touched on it just a little bit, not too much. Now moving on to the second house that we did. We are at the Quiet Place. And I'm trying to get a quiet place here in the back, but very interesting. So the Quiet Place took over where the Walking Dead was, and if you have been to the houses that they had there in 2022 for I forgot the name, I can't remember from the top of my head, the Haunted Hotel, and if you did Evil Dead Rise in 2023, the floor plan was the same because they removed the Walking Dead, but they didn't remove the walls inside. Now, I had heard rumors about this, but he actually did confirm this today, that everything inside that Walking Dead attraction building was torn down. So he got to play with a brand new floor plan. So this is incredible because going forward he can do whatever he wants in that maze and not have to go by the same floor plan. So incredible. So walking into this whole space, it just felt so big, and he said he needed this space to be big because of the monsters for A Quiet Place, because they're huge in the movie, so he needed a lot of space for this, so it worked out for him. So this is the entrance to the Quiet Place. Here I am posing. And again, let me just say this again one last time. I'm so excited for this maze. I actually want to run to this maze on opening day, and I wasn't looking forward to it. I'm just like, what can he do? It's a quiet movie, you know. It's just like, but oh my god, he went into so much information and all the little details in the movie, and it covers 1 and 2. It doesn't cover the prequel at all. The prequel that came out with Joseph Quinn, he doesn't cover that at all in this house. It's just based on part 1 and part 2. So when you walk into the maze, you're gonna walk into the forest here, and I actually gotta refreshing my mind on this movie because I have not seen these movies since they came out. So before HHN starts, I need to rewatch them again. But look at how real this is. We thought she was real for a second. And then he was showing us how normally for a house, you know, they put big speakers but in far distances, and in this situation where it's supposed to be a very quiet house because it is called A Quiet Place, a lot of small speakers are hidden throughout the maze that are very close to us, like in the decor. So for example, this is like one of the trees, because we're in the forest here. Let me show you the forest again. So you're walking through the forest here, and then the trees that you're walking by are where the speakers are. So if you can see here, the little cutout right here, that's like where the speaker box is. And then here's like one, I think this is the first monster in the house. How dope is that? Here's a better look at it. Let me see. Right here. So crazy dope. It's me. It's me. And then we're going into the Abbott house here. He was talking about these lights. So the dark ones are the red when it's dangerous, and then white. So they have like details like that, like from the movie. And in the house here. And here he's talking about the floors, how even, I don't know if you're gonna see here, but the little colors, the green colors, those are to indicate, well, the people living there, right? It's to indicate where to step on. So that's how you know that those do not squeak and make a noise. So little things like that makes you appreciate this house. There's another monster. And then this one has like all those little slits open. This is the basement. And he had a monster here too, but he wasn't dressed all the way, so he didn't want us to take a photo. So I just took photos here of like the basement, like all the details, all the furniture. Here's another monster here. And then I think for the basement, there's a little trigger when you walk into the room, and then that trigger gets the animatronic to kind of go kind of crazy on you and open up and scream and all this stuff. This one was really cool too. It's inside of this like tank. I like this shot. I got like a front head shot. That's so dope. I love it. And this is the final scene. And there was another animatronic here that wasn't fully dressed, so we did not take photos of that. But just wanted to show you the picture of the last room. And this is John, Murdy, and me. This is exiting the maze or the house, because I think last year he said that he didn't want to call them mazes anymore. He wanted to call them houses. So that's us walking out of the house. So yeah, definitely thank you to Universal again for inviting me. So much fun. I dream about this all year, like the opportunity to be able to do this. So very thankful again, and such a wonderful, great guy, and very, very creative on what he does here in Halloween Horror Nights. Guys, so I'm gonna end the video here. So I'm gonna go home, put all my photos into this video, and hopefully the audio inside this video too, so you guys can listen to everything from John's own mouth. This is all his creation. This is all his babies that come to life every year, and this is what all his fans love, and this is what we wait for every year. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Take it in. If you guys get to watch this and listen to this before coming to HHN, good. You guys can have an understanding of what's going on if you go into Monstrous, especially Monstrous, because that's an original house. And if you're watching this after you come to HHN, hopefully, you know, if you watch this after, you're like, oh, you know what, that makes sense. I remember this scene, I remember that scene. Now it makes sense, and I can connect the dots as to why I saw that or that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them down at the comment section below. And if you like the video, make sure to stab it on the way out. And if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe for all your spooky content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay spooky and happy Halloween.